It's a staggering statistic, but true. 1 in 4 Australians either suffer from or know someone who suffers mental illness. This is the story of those people and the companies that are committed to supporting them through sponsorship, work, and creating awareness that mental health issues affect us all.
I get very nervous if I'm looked upon, or if I do something like I think stupid. I think, oh, there you go, they're looking at me again because I'm, not all there. I get nervous talking to people.
Instead of being locked in by themselves, a person needs to get said to them, you can come on, let's go and do something to get them out of that mentally depressing state, to say, come on, let's go and do a nice, go for a walk to get out of that depression and that mentally ill. Because I found out if I didn't go for my morning walks, I found out I was really agitated, I was down in the dumps, I was even getting depressed, and even, like I said, I started to go really, really bad in that way. But like I said, with the walking and all that kind of stuff, mentally ill patients should be getting out there. They can't really get their helps if they're not willing for themselves to get it themselves as well.
It's all right if you've got a mental illness, as long as you don't look different. Say you put on some weight because of medication or whatever, then you're in trouble. It's like someone with a wheelchair and, say, multiple sclerosis. You're going to laugh at them because they go like that. And sometimes when people are very immature about it.
Personally, a family member of mine passed away just in the last 3 months due to the adverse effects of mental illness. And therefore, myself, I feel, strongly about doing whatever I can possibly do to help, raise awareness and those that are supporting the people with the issues.
I'm not ashamed of it. Where I got to, I dropped pretty far, but then I've realised how far I've fallen, and to get myself back up to where I want to be, I find it much easier to talk about now than what I did back then.
I've had periods in my life where I've had severe depression and have actually been helped by CHESS in the past. Yes, I've had a very good experience, and it was very instrumental in me getting back on my feet again.
I'd like to work with the mental health. That's what I really want to do, be a mental health worker and understand them a bit better, because I know most of why people, crap.
Well, as the director for CRSP, I find it's very important to get people back into the workforce, and our business is all about helping people, giving them opportunities, and working in conjunction with CHESS, we can get people with mental health issues and support them to get back into the workforce.
I think that mental health is a big issue in Coffs Harbour at the moment, particularly with the current financial conditions. A lot of business people as well as employees are feeling the pressure, financial pressure, which can manifest itself in the work environment.
People with real chronic, like schizophrenia, bipolars, chronic depressives, you usually got to take something all your life. So, and then I can work, usually get through a rough time and get a bit of part-time work in my family. Otherwise, you're sick all the time.
I don't feel different. I just get a bit spun out sometimes.
People aren't crazy. It's just we just need to support them more.
I've been in the industry for 20 years, and I think the last 5 have come made leaps and bounds in people being open about where they're at. I think people aren't as closed and as sheltered as what they once were. And
that acknowledgement is everything, because up until the time that I acknowledged that I'm in deep trouble, I thought I could, rest and if I just stay quiet and rest, it'll all go away.
I believe it's very important for us to be, to all have a better awareness of mental health, and the more we can understand it ourselves, the more help we can be to those that are either suffering from or family members of those affected by mental health.
I tried to hurt myself at one time as well, which I wanted to see if I can get myself some help. I did get me help, but I didn't really have the right help that I should have had. I should have been talking to a counsellor and had the right help then, but I'm actually getting counselling now. I've actually got myself with Chess as well to help them to help me occupied.
Internally, if anybody has those pressures or stresses, they can phone a counsellor, which we find is beneficial. We've also found out via yourself that Chess now have a great opportunity for our colleagues and our clientele.
And Chess is just a good push for people that have got no confidence. A lot of people with an illness of some kind have had it all their life, so they need a chance.
We've seen firsthand what Chess has been able to do in helping those with disadvantages be able to return to the workforce, get their confidence back.
They were very supportive. They actually listened to what was happening for me in my life and were just really wanting to help.
I think a lot of people aren't aware of mental illnesses unless they've had a family member or an employee suffer from that illness. And I think it's very important to pass the word that it is strong. There's a lot of people with it, and we need to support them. And if we can bring them back into the workforce, that's what CRSP is about.
Different companies have different angles of people they support, but they think that what we're doing is very very good for our industry.
I want to work, and I also want to show my daughter that even though that you may have your ups and downs, that you can always look at the future instead of saying, oh, I've got this over me, but I know that I can still have this, but I can still also make a life out of me.
And we need to turn around and find value again in each other.
Chess Employment and Support Services thanks WHK and Holiday Coast Credit Union for their commitment to sponsor mental health projects, and CRSP for being a best practice employer who understands that staff with mental health issues can make exceptional employees. It is together that we can remove the shame around mental illness and create new possibilities for Coffs Harbour.